This is the life story of Abdulkareem Adisa, a Nigerian soldier, a Nigerian governor, a Nigerian minister, a man who lived through war, politics and controversy. He was born in Ilorin on 22nd of August 1948. He died in London on 25th February 2005. And between those years, his life was full of drama. This documentary will tell his story in simple words. We will move step by step, from his childhood to his military career, to his time as governor, to his time as minister, to his arrest, to his prison years, to his later politics, and finally to his death. So stay with us. This is the story of Abdulkareem Adisa. Adisa was born in Ilorin. Ilorin is now part of Kwara State in Nigeria. He grew up in a traditional family. His first school was a Quranic school. He studied there between 1951 and 1953. He learned to read Quran. He learned discipline. He learned respect. After that, he went to Catholic primary school in Ibusogboro in Ibadan. He studied there from 1953 to 1958. This was a Christian school, so Adisa had both Islamic and Christian education. This mix shaped his mind. It gave him a wide view of life. He was a boy of two worlds, the Islamic world, the Christian world, traditional world, modern world. This balance stayed with him for life. Adisa wanted to be a soldier, so in 1962 he joined the Nigerian military school in Zaria. He studied there until 1965. He learned military discipline. He learned how to march. He learned how to fight. He learned how to obey others. In 1967, he became an officer cadet at the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna. He trained hard. He studied military science. He studied leadership. He studied strategy. He graduated in 1970. From that day, he was a full officer in the Nigerian army. He was young, he was strong, he was always ready. The Nigerian Civil War started in 1967. Adisa was a young lieutenant. He fought for Nigeria. In August 1967, he was captured by Biafran forces. He stayed in detention until January 1970. This was a hard time. He was young, he was in prison. He did not know if he could survive, but he survived though. And when the war ended, he returned to the army. He continued to serve Nigeria. This experience made him tough. It made him strong. It made him loyal. By August 1990, General Ibrahim Babangida was the military president. He appointed Adisa as the military governor of Oyo State. Adisa stayed in office until January 1992. People saw him as strict. People saw him as firm. People respected him. One of his legacies was his tattoo of the unknown soldier. He placed it in front of the government house in Ibadan. Later, other governors removed and replaced the statue. But people still remember Adisa's decision. He was a governor who wanted respect for soldiers. He wanted people to honor sacrifice. He wanted discipline in government. So in November 1993, General Abacha became head of state. He appointed Adisa as Minister of Works and Housing. Adisa investigated his predecessor, Alhaji Lateef Jakande. He cleared of wrongdoing. He continued the national housing policy. The goal was to give affordable houses to Nigerians, but during his time, the cost of houses went up. Many people paid deposits, but they did not get houses. They did not get refunds. This caused anger. This caused disappointment. Adisa also told the Federal School of Surveying to move from analog to digital methods. He wanted modernization. He wanted progress. So in December 1997, Adisa was arrested. He was accused of joining a coup plot against General Abacha. Other officers like General Oladipo Diya and Major General Tajuddin Olarewaju were also arrested. On 28 April 1998, Adisa was found guilty. He was sentenced to death. He stayed on death row until June 1998. Then Abacha died suddenly. This changed everything. In March 1999, Adisa and others were pardoned by the outgoing military government. He was free again this time. After democracy returned in 1999, Adisa started publishing. He created a newspaper called The People's Advocate in Ilorin. The paper faced the libel case from Kwara State Governor Mohammed Lawal. Lawal asked for 250 million naira in damages. The case was later withdrawn. In 2003, Adisa said he would not accept a pardon from President Olusegun Obasanjo. By 2004, he was active in the People's Democratic Party in Kwara State. He became vice chairman of the Kwara Progressive Movement. He also supported General Ibrahim Babangida to contest the 2007 presidential election. In April 2004, he wrote in The Guardian, he warned Nadeco not to block Babangida's ambition. He was vocal, he was bold, he was political. On the 25th February 2005, Adisa died in London. He had injuries from a car accident. His body was returned to Ilorin on 27 February 2005. He was buried with many important people present. In June 2009, President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua gave him a posthumous pardon. Adisa's life shows the story of Nigeria's military and politics. From war to government to prison to publishing and finally to death. His name is remembered. His story is remembered. His journey is remembered. This was the story of Abdulkareem Adisa, a soldier, a governor, a minister, a man who lived through war, politics and controversy. If you learned something new today, give this video a like. And if you want more Nigerian history stories, subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a documentary. And share this video with friends who love history. Your support helps us tell more stories. Stories of leaders, stories of soldiers, stories of Nigeria. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.